been a music supervisor for many years now, a role which has required a lot of manual work. So let us look into the future and talking about the automating the work of a music supervisor. As Soundtrack Your Brand, you've now for years with your team been manually tagging music and applying it to deep learning, helping in businesses to discover relevant music with the help of AI, because there's like million songs to choose from. So walk us through your tagging process and how far you've reached today, and how's your process different from other in-store music providers?
Well, the tagging process is mainly our music team here at Soundtrack Your Brand listening to a song and then annotating various dimensions of the song, everything from the energy and tempo of the song to genres and release years, vocals, who's singing, is it a woman or a man, is it what language are they singing in, what type of brand personalities, is it communicating, so I mean, things like that. We sit and for every song we kind of tag that song, and then as we have tagged over 100,000 of songs, we have given all those songs and the data to algorithms who then can train, our machine learning team then can train these algorithms. So eventually they will be able to look at a completely new song, and then based on the learnings from how we have tagged all these 100,000 of songs, it can listen to the song and then tag it automatically by deep learning. So currently we have come pretty far and have been able to trim these algorithms. So they are. I mean, when we first started it, I was a bit skeptical, like I always am, how good it actually could get, but I've been, blown away how accurate these algorithms actually can be, and so yeah, it can tell. The tempo, the energy in the song, and what genre it is, and if it's sung, if it's vocals in them, and even if it's elegant or a robust song, or if it's a modern or traditional song. So of course, it like you said, there's big challenges with cultural differences, and but the first step is to really get it tight, this model in the Western realm of music, I would say, because that was the easiest area where we could start, but then to expand it to other cultures as well. And that's, the next step, I would say.
In my podcast with our common friend Thomas Liddy, he and I spoke about that humanizing AI and feedback loops. Because music is so subjective, and the AI is as good as you train it, and once you train it, you still need to obtain it. So what are the challenges you've discovered with tagging music, and how does Soundtrack Your Brand minimize this bias and errors?
Well, of course, I think it's always going to be hard to beat a human DJ. If we had a human playing music in a store 24/7, I think it's going to be hard to beat that. At least if it's a good DJ. There are crappy DJs as well, but you always compare the performance of machine learning algorithms with a good DJ. So it's a tough challenge, but over time, as you give feedback to what mistakes they do, it just keeps them improving, and it's just like Terminator. Eventually, the machines are going to take over the world when we train them too much. But we're not there yet. I'm glad for that. And of course, in the music business, I mean, there's always new trends coming and new genres developing, and so it's hard for a machine. I mean, if a model doesn't recognize what it sees, then it will not be able to perform well. So this always has to be, at least that's my opinion, like a human or humans to kind of tell the machines what to do and give them new inputs as the environment evolves and changes. So that is will be a big part of our job, I think, going forward, to look for new trends and find new concepts that we should train new models on.
Have you thought about then trying to build something that reads, or there are some companies that are specifying in that? I know that when we work in future polls, that can like read on the internet of what's going on with the trends, and that could help. Another one could be maybe do crowdsourcing, having like a bunch of people that helps listening and giving back feedback.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, of course, those are maybe not looking at trends. I mean, there are the businesses that does that better than us, but definitely, I mean, looking just like Spotify, have been very successful with crowdsourcing and do create so much or collect so much data from their users to really find new trends and stuff. And that's of course something that we are looking into and working with as well.